Hello daily drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's daily draft. After a brutal 6-3 yesterday in Decathlon event number 3, the sealed, we're going to be trying our luck at Emblem standard event number 4 today. So basically this is just bring a standard deck and then you get to choose at the beginning of your upkeep one that has not been chosen. You can create either a treasure, a food, or a clue. Now I'm not sure if that's just the first 3 upkeeps, you get one of each, or if it cycles after that and you keep getting more and more. I'm not exactly sure. We'll find out in game number 1. But we're going to go ahead and enter here and choose our deck. And the deck I have chosen for today is a deck that I will give credit to Carl, aka 2duckcubed on Twitter. Said a lot about this deck. This is obviously the green-white enchantment artifact-based deck that's pretty popular in Standard with a little bit of changes, considering that we have access to potentially a treasure on turn 1, which means if we could play a land out of our hand to get that treasure, 3 copies of Azusa's Many Journeys lets us play 2 lands on turn 1, which is super nice. There's the Jukai Naturalist, Kami, Generous Visitor, Restoration, Michiko, Circle of Confinement, Spirited Companion. All these are very, very common in this deck, even in Standard. There's also 4 copies of Jukin Defends the Temple and 3 copies of Audacity in this deck. I found Audacity in playtesting to be pretty good in this deck. I mean, if you could find a window to resolve it, it helps you get your card advantage back. And then if you put this on something like a Michiko on the backside, or even a Jukai Naturalist, or things that have gotten counters like a Generous Visitor, it can really go to town. So, I will be the first to admit, I despise Standard as a format. Standard as a format is horrendously bad in my opinion right now. Every single deck, except for this deck, basically has black in it. And you play against cards like Graveyard Trespasser, and Tenacious Underdog, and Invoke Despair, and Fable of the Mirror Breaker, and Rakdos, and Blood Tithe Harvester, and it's the same, and Cut Down, and Infernal Grasp, and Go for the Throat. It's the same thing over and over and over and over again. And if we go to the full 9 games in today's event, I would expect to see black in probably 7 of them. It's a very, very popular color nowadays, and I'm hoping that this little twist makes this a little bit fun. This deck is pretty aggressive, so it may be a quick run today, but we're going to try this deck out. I've already submitted, so it's what we've got. And yeah, wish me luck. I'll see you in round number 1. Alright, the opponent goes first, and we have a sketchy hand here. But Jukai Naturalist goes a long way now. Now then again, if they kill this Naturalist, that's not great news for us. We do have Eiganjo potentially on turn 3. So let's see how we want to do this here. Yeah, more than likely we're going to be making a treasure on turn 1 so we can play a 2-drop on turn 1. And that's probably what I'll do here. I'll play Plains, get a treasure, play Jukai Naturalist, and then next turn any one of these 3 depending on what they play. If they play something worth removing, circle. If they don't, Michiko. Well, is our opponent going to do anything? Well, that's awkward. Would very much like another Plains off the top here, considering every card in our hand is white. Now, they missed their first everything. They kind of passed through their first turn there. That was strange. Might have lost connection or something. Because they did make the treasure, and then they just disappeared. And the good thing about this format where you get all these artifacts is things like Michiko's Reign of Truth are going to count those artifacts on the battlefield that you have. So it's going to go a long way in helping out there. I think I'm more than likely going to play Restoration next turn, although it looks like our opponent might have just disappeared on us. Yeah, I'm going to do this so I can go get a plains. And you see, even if our opponent was playing... Now, if they had removed this, things would be a little bit hairier, but we still have Spirited Companion on 2, have removal spells, had this on 3. Even if they had removed the Naturalist. Oh, they're back. Okay. Let's see if they can... Yeah. Oh well, sorry. Sometimes you get disconnected. Alright, well, now we just have to go 6 and 2. Alright, we go first, and like I mentioned, Azusa's Many Journeys on turn 1 is probably the play here. I know we could go Naturalist, and then turn 2 we could play something, but I'm gonna default to playing Azusa's here. Alright, so we could play Generous Visitor into Jukai Naturalist, or we could play Generous Visitor into Kami. I think Generous Visitor is the first play no matter what. And then... I think I'm going to lead on Kami here. They might have Fading Hope. Or Consider. Those are the two cards I think they might have here. See if they Fading Hope the Kami. Looks like they will. So no matter what we played, they were Fading Hope it anyway. Didn't matter what we did. Looks like mono blue. So there's no way we can double spell this turn, unfortunately. So I think I'm going to lead on this, see if it gets countered. If we played this, we couldn't do anything else, so... We're just going to go ahead and do our thing. The good news about resolving these kind of things against mono blue is that all their removal is either counterspell or bounce. So it's all 1-for-1, but we're getting more than a 1-for-1 out of all of our sagas. So that's pretty good. There's the Haughty Djinn with backup, because they have a treasure. Definitely have to go here. And I'll go here. We do have an extra spell. I think they have a counter spell, so... This can tap for mana, which is great. So let's see if they want to counter the Jukai Naturalist or not. I assume they will. Okay, they do. And then... I think we're just going to get this down here. And now we swing for 14. Okay. See how much bounce they have here. Another Djinn. And a Delver. Okay, well these are going to have to be chump blockers. Okay, still stuck on just 4 mana, so we can't double spell. Well, that's a lie. We could Restoration for a Plains and then play Kami. So I think that's probably the play. I'll do this pre-combat. So in case they have to block this, we can untap all our lands here. Well, not all of them, but most of them. Fortunately, cannot pay X. Okay. Wait, I thought I hit 3. There we go. Next to damage. Then we'll play another Jugan. And we are explosive here. Consider, yep. Because we have 3 more creatures coming. I mean, this deck is this deck is explosive. And a terror. Yeah, that won't do it. All right. Quick win there. Let's see if we can keep it up. Okay, we have the Azusa's Many Journey combo again. The only problem is no creatures, but we'll find those. Hopefully. Maybe. Possibly. Alright, make a treasure. Forest. Azusa's Many Journeys. And an additional land. Land off the top would be great, so we can play Restoration. Mono white, let's see. No plays. Unfortunately, we're missing land drops. So we kind of undid the work that a turn 1 Azusa's Many Journeys did for us. Green-white. Alright. The mirror. We just need to draw a land. Pretty badly. And even if we don't Audacity on top of this... There you go. Okay, so we are playing the mirror here. We just have to find out... We have to find a more explosive turn than them. Gosh. Alright. So I'm highly suspect of a Circle of Confinement from them. We could try to draw into a land here, but it has to be a green to play Audacity. We could confine their Azuzas, or we can just Audacity this, which doesn't feel good at all, but I'd rather confine some of their more important creatures here. Man, a land off the top 2 turns ago would have been very, very good. Ooh, Naya. Okay. Well, I'm expecting Likeness of the Seeker to die here. Not quite. Man. Boy, would lands be nice. Yeah, we're not really going to win this game if we're just stuck on 2 lands. So, it's just not going to happen.
I am almost sad to see you go.
They look to be mono-white control, or not mono-white, but white control, so they probably have Farewell and, ooh, Reanimate. Ooh, okay, Reanimator. Alright. Don't really have anything against Portal to Phyrexia. So... oh, it looks like it does get to loop. They got 2 treasures there. Is that right? Oh no, they got 2 treasures from Big Score. Okay. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. You'll be seeing a lot of that today. Hey, we found a land. I just don't see a way to beat a reanimated Portal to Phyrexia at this point. I mean, if they have Repair and Recharge in hand, it's probably all over for us anyway, right? Alright, do they have the Reanimate spell? Getting rid of Wedding Announcement and a land, and Moment of Truth. Well, they didn't immediately do it. Although, I think they have Brotherhood's End, which is going to wipe our board here. That's my guess. Close enough. So we have access to 5 mana if we play this. Now we could confine one of these creatures, or we could just play this, which would give plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would be a 10-10. We're definitely going to have to Circle of Confine the Fable next turn. One, two, three, four, five. So we could give it to the Likeness. They're not going to block this, though. If they do, we untap lands, but they're not going to block it. They'll just let it go through. So I'm going to give it here. This also has Trample. Could trade it for a Titan. The thing is, they kind of want their Titan to go to the graveyard. But they didn't have Reanimate last turn, so I'm going to bet they don't have it this turn, too. They had Reanimate. Top decked it. This is very good against our deck as well, because every time they play it, destroy artifact or enchantment. Yeah, now we're just left with one creature, and they got a whole board. I think this one is dunzo. Yeah, we were stuck on 2 lands for a long time there. So we're not going to win that game. Okay, we have a turn 1 Naturalist here. And then a turn 2 Jugan if it survives. Looks like it won't. It might very likely get bounced from underneath us. Okay, or countered. They had a treasure as well. Alright, mono blue again. We did well against mono blue the first time. Now's the point where they can just start countering everything that comes down here. Fully expecting Jugan to get countered here, but it's either that or play Generous Visitor and crack a clue. So, I guess we'll just get that countered. Passing again. Alright, well, you ready to counter another Jugan? At least they don't have, what's it called in hand? Haughty Djinn. And if they do, they're waiting to play Haughty Djinn with backup. Backup. Counterspell backup. You know what? See if they want to counter a Generous Visitor, and then we can draw and try to find a land here. Okay, they'll use their counterspell, that's okay. And then we'll see if we can find a land. Nope. Here's the Tolarian Terror. Goodness gracious, why are we so screwed on lands? We're playing 22 in this deck? I think this deck needs a little bit more. Flow of Knowledge. Draw 5, discard 2. Okay. What would we bring back? The Jukai Naturalist, probably? And I think we can get rid of a Circle. I'm not sure they have a lot of targets for Circle. So let's do that and get back the Naturalist here. It makes basically everything cheaper. Now we have 5 mana. So, Circle of Confinement on... I don't want to do that. So, pass. There's the Haughty Djinn. We have to watch out here, because this Haughty Djinn's going to put us on like a 2-turn clock. Try this, see if it gets countered. It does. Try this, see if it gets countered. Alright. And let's see if they've kept back up. Oh, we got rid of the Haughty Djinn. Alright, alright. Still alive. That's fine. They're just digging. Another terror and another terror? Yeah, okay. Alright, let's see. So if I cast this here, we'll get the counter on the Kami. We can pay at least 1 to start getting this thing closer to being a big boy. Now, Audacity makes this enormous. Probably chumpable for them. And I will use this. We could do this now because they're tapped out, so... So if they block with 1, they take 6. They're not dead. So if we attacked with everything, they block, so they block here, then block, and then die because they take 6. So what if they double blocked here and then blocked here, they would take 1, 5, 6. So that's the way they would survive. So we had lethal if we had not tapped this stupid thing? Is that what you're telling me? Maybe so. So if I come in with everything, they block here, they take 6. They block here and here, they take 1 more, they die. So they have to double block this. And then eat that, take 1, 5, 6. So they get to eat something, but like... Yeah, so we 100% had lethal. Had we not tapped with this thing. Okay. They go to 1. They're tapped out right now, which is the reason I'm going to do this. That way we still get this trigger next turn. I didn't want them to counter this. I mean, I can't see a way that Mono Blue is going to get out of this board state here, but we did miss lethal, but I don't think it's going to come back to bite us here. Alright, sweet. Let us keep going up against Mono Blue. It's working out well. Okay, we go first with, well, we're obviously keeping. I just don't know what to play on turn 1. Probably Jukai Naturalist. It's just not great for us if they kill it. Also, I'm shocked. We've played 4 games, and none of them have had black mana, which is wild to me. Do I want a Circle of Confinement the Wormlet? Not yet. Again, lands would be wonderful. If we have time for another run after this, I think I'm going to go up at least 1 land, because I can't adjust in the middle of a run. Okay. Green. Not what I meant. We can play Generous Visitor and Circle of Confinement their Wormlet now. Alright, looks like some sort of ramp deck. Oh my gosh. Couple of lands. Teething Wormlet now has Death Touch, and they got rid of our Jukai Naturalist, so we can't even cast these two cards here. I guess we can off of this. Looks like they're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, potentially 7 mana next turn. I know this deck runs Cityscape Leveler and Skitterbeam Battalion, so I don't think they have enough to play either of those. Because one's 8 mana, one's 9 mana. This deck is so explosive, and we're stuck on 2 lands, and we've still done all of this, which is kind of crazy. So now we have 5 mana. Decline. Can't pay. Now we have to hope that they don't have Cityscape Leveler in hand. Good news is we got a bunch of flyers coming here. Oh, they go to 1. Interesting. Okay. What does this do? Oh, how cute. Oh my god. If they have extra mana while also having like a Cityscape Leveler or a Skitterbeam Battalion down, holy moly, that's going to be problematic for us. That's not the end of the world. And just a land. Probably should have channeled that to kill our remnant. Haven't done the math yet. I think we win here, but I don't know. You never know in Standard. Crazy things can happen. What is going on? They're just having fun here. I have no reason to block. Yeah. Alright. Stuck on 2 lands and still got to win that game. Look, if we can draw our lands, we can do some very powerful things. Alright, we go first with a turn 1 naturalist. As always. I have enjoyed that we haven't played against all those stupid black decks. Rectos and all that kind of stuff. Island, interesting. Okay. Why did I not just play green? The answers we'll never know. Alright, now the question is, do they have bounce? Because if they do, this is not great. I feel like they would have bounced this already if they had it. Yeah, they didn't. I don't think they did. Now, they might find it off of Consider. Let's see. Nope. All right. Yeah, if they had bounce, they would have already used it there, so we didn't get the discount. Going against Mono Blue again. We've enjoyed that. Definitely giving it here. Okay. Guess we'll just play another naturalist. That's fine, I think. Binning a Haughty Djinn. So they're just digging for answers here. Sure. Let's see if this resolves. And it does. Okay, they go to 3. Yeah, this looks like it's in the bag for us. This deck dunks on Mono Blue, man. If you can resolve even one saga, they just can't catch up. Well, we have our first sketchy hand here. Obviously, we are having land problems today, and still 5-1. But we have a turn 1 Spirited Companion, and we have 3 draws to find another land to help us play anything. And even if we miss a land, we can play Audacity on the Companion. So, like, we have plays here. We just have to draw lands, please. The only game we lost is because we got stuck on lands. Interesting not taking the treasure. Alright, well we're gonna need to try to draw out of it here. There's the treasure. It's crazy to me to see that so many people haven't brought black decks. Blue-green ramp. What I would give to be a ramp deck right now. Why did I not attack with this one too? This can't block. Doesn't really matter. We're playing with one land this game. Hey, Evie. We found a land. Alright, they have 5 mana. What are they doing with it here? A flash creature? I don't even know. Well, I guess we're drawing a card off the clue. Okay. Also, no plays. Well, what do they have? Oh boy. We found a white. I think I'm just going to play Jugans after Jugans after Jugans here. I have no idea what this deck plays. I guess I should have played that pre-combat then to get the counter then too, right? Do they have a way to ramp out a land right now? Oh, good God. Yeah, that'll probably kill us. I'm not sure we have an answer to that. Discard a card. Of course. Alright, well, if we can't find the win in the last 2 games here, I think I have time for one more run, and I'm probably going to up it by at least 2 lands to get to 24 lands, because 22 is just not working. I mean, the deck is powerful, it's just we haven't been able to cast our spells. Do we have an out against Hullbreaker Horror? I'm just... Alright. I know we're not dead, but, like, we're dead. Alright, we gotta win the next 2 or adjust the deck. Alright, opponent goes first, but look! We have a hand with lands in it. So I guess we're going to keep it, right? Turn 1 Kami, or just turn 1 Visitor, and save the treasure for a turn 2 Jugen. I think I'm going to go turn 2 Jugen here. We don't have our Azuzas or, what's it called? Jukai Naturalist start like we have in a lot of the other games, but I think we'll be okay. Mono red? Mono red. Okay. Gonna have to watch out. Mono red can be powerful. Ah, man. Oh, okay. They didn't kill our 1/1, so at least there's that. We need that mana. I think what we have to do against mono red is stabilize. Obviously, I want to get rid of Jaya. Figured they would chump. What was her ultimate?
You're no match for my students.
Oof. Okay. Alright, we are finding our lands here, and boy is it nice. So now we can play a Kami, and then play Restoration. I think I have to decline.
Play with fire, get burned.
Okay.
Taught them everything they know.
All right. I think I'd return the Kami, but yeah, we were getting too much value for them there. All right, well, we are currently 6-0 in games that we didn't get mana screwed. Actually, 5-0 in games that we didn't get mana screwed, and 1-2 in games that we did. So we got one more here. Let's see if we can try to get this trophy without having to spend another hour. All right, we have our turn 2 Azusa here. So, or turn 1 Azusa, so we'll keep it. I did copy the list. I don't know why Thran Portal is in the list. Oh my god, that was almost a misclick. It passed immediately to us. And I, thank God, clicked Treasure. But alright, we'll be okay. Yeah, Thran Portal, it's just... comes in as a basic land and then costs a life to activate. I guess I should have played Thran Portal there. Enters battlefield unless you control 2 or fewer. Okay, so we can play this still. Put it on green. Pay a life. Oh wait, no, sorry. Pay a life. Colorless, colorless. And then play Jugan. No removal. Looks like Esper. Potentially Rafine. Oh, yikes. That is good. That is good against us. Okay, temporary lockdown. Good for you. All right. Okay. Hit for 10. Now we just have to hope no more board sweeper. No temporary lockdown again. That should be okay. What does that even do? An enchantment off the top would have been pretty nice. Like a circle of confinement, for example. Alright, they're at 1. I think this food has more value to us just on the battlefield. Okay, that's fine. Now we're drawing all the lands in the last game here when we had drawn none of the lands previously. Portal to Phyrexia, yeah, look for some sort of reanimator thing. Faithful Mending, that'll probably do it, right? Man! First try, trophy, standard 7-2, the only 2 games we lost were Mana Screw. What a run. What a run. Some of the first constructed content on the channel, and we are taking our Decathlon Event 4 token. Now we have Event 2 and 4, so in the next 6 events, we need 1 token. yesterday. We almost got it with the sealed event. We got to a 6 and 3. Ooh, that would have been nice if we could have got 3 tokens in the first 4 events. We've now got 2 tokens. We went a 6 and 3, and then in the final event we did 2 runs and we got 3 and 3 and 3 and 3. But this is great news for us. Hope you really enjoyed that deck. It was so powerful in this format with that extra treasure and the extra 2 artifacts on the battlefield. So powerful. Would have liked an extra land or 2. By the time you watch this, this won't be available to play anymore, so you can't copy the deck, but sorry. So yeah, thanks so much for sticking around to the end of this video, and I will see you next time for your daily draft.